So how do we do this thing called student ministry? Well, in the previous video, you got the why. Now we are going to discuss more of the how. The primary function of a student ministry volunteer is a life group volunteer. So our purposes behind life groups are this. Number one, relationships. Relationships are vital to the life of our student ministry, and that is the vitality of everything that we do. You know, our goal as student pastors and volunteers is to build the bridges of relationships strong enough to bear the weight of truth. Build that bridge of your relationship so that in the future of your relationship with a student, that bridge, that relationship is strong enough to bear the weight of truth. See, as life group volunteers, relationships start in life group, but they grow outside of life group. So how do we grow a relationship with our students? Well, number one, texting is key. That is their native language. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've called a student 5 or 6 times and then I text them and they answer immediately on that text, but they did it the phone call. So here's a great contact plan to connect. Text them 3 times. Number one, I want you to text them before your campus program. Hey, looking forward to seeing you guys tonight. That's a great example. Number two, maybe text them on a Saturday before services on Sunday. How can I pray for you? This is more of an individual, and in nature, I've seen students respond way more to that than any other type of text because they want to know that somebody cares. And number three, send them a text saying, looking forward to sitting with you in service tomorrow. Let's go to the 10 a.m., the 11:30. Let's all meet in the atrium together and sit together. See, we need to always remember we never text students alone. And so when you follow them online, you can like some of their stuff. Don't like all of it, that's kind of creepy, all right? But we stay away from Snapchat. I mean, that's up to you, but we don't Snapchat with other students. That never works out, it's messy. And number four, we minister to students of the same gender. So ladies, we're gonna minister to ladies. Guys, we're gonna minister to guys. We should not be ministering somebody of a different gender, all right? The second way that we're gonna do this is we're gonna get to know them, but we're actually going to get to know them, all right? Exactly what we're saying. We need to learn about them. We need to learn their name, number one. I've had students come up to me and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, do you remember my name? You kind of just start just mumbling, right? No, we need to get to know them. We need to get to know their name. We need to get to know their desire, what they do in their spare time. Maybe they're a part of sports. Maybe they're in clubs, the things they love, the things they hate. Maybe it's a saying that they always say. We need to get to know them for who they are. And so here's an old saying, you know, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so you need to show these students that you care. And here's a third way. I said in previous, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes a lot of heart. So when you pour into someone, it's not the time investment that you're pouring into, it's the heart investment that they're gonna care about. So, but when someone carries a piece of your heart, they may take a piece of your schedule as well, but they are worth it. So you might think, man, why am I always spending time with these students where we're talking about the same stuff or they want me to go to Starbucks or go to a game? That's amazing. We want the students to want you in their life. And so it will take up a little bit of time, but I promise you the impact you are making is far greater than anything you've ever been a part of before. Here's the last thing. You will be a mentor. You might be a mom, ladies, to some of those girls, dads, or men, you might be a dad to some of those students that don't have one at home. You will make a difference in these students' lives, and you just might change their world. See, relationships are first for student life groups because you are developing this upcoming, which is our second purpose, community within that group. You can't have community without relationships. You know, everyone wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and that is where community comes into play. See, we have to give them something to be a part of by developing community with those students. You know, fellowship outside of groups. Go to games together. Have them over to your house. Let them meet your family. Let them watch you live your life. You know, I'll say this, I've never been more proud of being a pastor or being a student leader of these teenagers than when they come over to my house and they get to just watch me and my wife be parents to our daughter, Josie, because they get to see what it looks like to be in a Christian household that many of them never been a part of. Let them see your life. And maybe it's that they just need to attend big church with you to go hear Pastor Bill, right? Let's look at Acts 2. If you ever wondered what a group should look like, go and look at Acts 2. And here's a third way, evangelism and discipleship. You know, evangelism, that's the heart of our church, to take as many people to heaven as we can before we die, period. That is what we're all about here at Church Unlimited. So we have to think outside of this room, this group. We have to begin to think about the lost students that are not currently a part of CU Students. Get your life group fired up about reaching their friends and watching them grow your group. See, discipleship, man, we gotta pour into them. We gotta care for them spiritually. And so let me break down discipleship with you, because when I say discipleship, it kind of seems really churchy. I just wanna break that down with you. It's a relationship. See, the first purpose of a life group volunteer is to have a relationship as a mentor to them. Ask them about their walks with Jesus. We talked about that in week 1. Teach them how to walk with Jesus. You should be doing that with them. And so you can't take students where you aren't going yourself. And so if you want a student to read their Bible every day, guess what? You should be reading your Bible every day. And so guys, we ourselves, we have to grow up and we have to pursue Jesus daily, so our students do that as well. Here's the 3 purposes of a life group. Number 1, relationships. Number 2, community. And number 3, evangelism and discipleship. These are all vital to student ministry and to the importance of life groups in the student ministry.